Hello, welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream for this Sunday lunchtime kick-off in the WSL. We have Brighton taking on Liverpool at Broadfield Stadium. This is 11th against 5th as Brighton have continued their poor performances in the league from last season. They have already sacked head coach Melissa Phillips at the start of the month. Mikey Harris is in current interim charge of the Seagulls, a coach who's been moved from the academy, coaching at the club, to take over at the women's side. For Liverpool, under Matt Beard, they are currently in 5th position and are only 5 points off Manchester United in 4th. Last time out in the league, Liverpool scored a 91st minute equaliser against 6th place Spurs. Liverpool have only won twice on the road in the WSL this season, against Arsenal in game week 1 and Manchester United in mid-December before the winter break. The reverse fixture saw a Brighton battering as Liverpool came out 4-0 winners with 4 different scorers. Brighton's last win in this fixture came back in January 2020 at home, but the last meeting at Brighton was a 3-3 draw in November 2022. So, which side will grab a vital 3 points down south in Crawley? That's where the game's being played. It is at the home of League 2 Crawley. That's where Brighton women play their home matches. And it's just been a very poor season for Brighton. It's not gone the way that they would have hoped. As mentioned before, they have sacked their head coach, Melissa Phillips. They are 11 points from 13 games, and I think the only positive factor of the season is the fact they've got Bristol City in the league, and Bristol City at the moment are bottom on 6 points. So they are 5 off relegation, Brighton, and I'd find it very hard to see them finish bottom. I can't really imagine Bristol lifting themselves up off bottom place. They just don't have the players in the team to, rack up the sufficient amount of points needed to survive. So Brighton should be able to stay up this season, but I think this season definitely just got to be a bit of a write-off really, and just try and focus on building some momentum maybe to go into next season. They did finish 11th last season and they're in 11th place again, but they are on the same points as the 2 teams above them. Everton and West Ham in 10th and 9th are also on 11 points. So they could move up the table if they do collect 3 points, and obviously it depends on the results of the Everton and West Ham games that they've got to play today. But overall, it's just a bit of a demoralising season for Brighton once again, not being able to improve on last season after quite a disappointing campaign. They only picked up 16 points last season. They are on 11 at the moment, and so they're only 5 off the total amount of points they got last season. But at the end of the day, it's not really about how many points you're on, it's more about where you finish and where you are in the table. And at the moment they are second bottom, but a win could lift them up to 9th, depending on other results. And overall, Brighton just haven't been at it at home this season. Just the one win, which was their last win in the WSL, and that came to bottom place Bristol City, who were defeated 3-2 that day. They have picked up 2 draws at home, one of them to 4th place Manchester United, but overall it's been pretty poor home form, losing 4 of the 7 they've played against West Ham, Spurs, Arsenal and Chelsea. So all 4 defeats at home for Brighton women this season have been to London opposition. But they are taking the side on from Merseyside, who are 5th at the moment. It's a really good season so far under manager Matt Beard, and they are just 5 points off Man United in 4th, who they beat not too long ago, 2-1 away from home in mid-December. And the Champions League spots, which is probably just a little bit of a step too far for Liverpool with the squad they've got. They are 12 points off Arsenal at the moment after they had a really strong victory yesterday against Manchester United at the Emirates by 3-1. I believe that was a record attendance for the WSL at Arsenal's ground yesterday, which is fantastic to see. But I think for Liverpool, there is no reason why they can't aim for 4th and try and finish above Manchester United. I think if you offered that to Matt Beard at the start of the season, I think he would have snapped your hand off for it. I think that would be an unbelievable season for Liverpool if they can finish in that 4th spot. But then I also believe if they finish 5th, I think they'll be also very happy with that, because that's almost finishing as best of the rest for Liverpool if they do finish 5th, because the top 4, United, Arsenal, Chelsea and City, they are so above the rest of the teams, more in terms of finances and just in terms of quality of squad as well. So they just need to keep going. Liverpool just keep picking up the points here and there. They haven't won in 2024 yet in the league, but they've only played 3 games, and it's been 3 pretty difficult fixtures they've had to play, losing to Manchester City and Arsenal, and then drawing last time out in the league to Spurs. So even though it's 3 without a win in the league for Liverpool, that is 3 very difficult fixtures. So they'll definitely look to see this game as a way to rebound back into form, and also a way of just keeping ahead of Tottenham as well, who were just behind them in 6th position. Well, kickoff is around 5 minutes away here at Broadfield Stadium, and the last time these two teams met, it was the Liverpool 4-0 win. It was not a fantastic defensive display from Brighton. It was goals from Gemma Bonner, Shanice van de Sanden, Kerry Holland and Sophie Roman Hogg got the goals for Liverpool that day, as both sets of players come out of the tunnel, led by today's referee of Phoebe Cross. And it is a huge game for both sides. Brighton really want to try and lift themselves up this table. They don't want to finish second bottom again. And for Liverpool, they don't want to lose grip of that 5th spot. 0 wins in their last 3. They don't want Tottenham to be overtaking them, and they don't want to lose ground on Manchester United. They are in such close distance to them. They don't really want to let that slip. They want to be as close to Manchester United as possible. But both sides last week did progress into the FA Cup, into the next round of the FA Cup. I believe it's the quarter-finals I think they got into. Brighton won away at Wolves 4-1, a hat-trick from their right back today, Emma Kohlberg, who scored in the 88th minute, the 92nd and the 96th. It's quite an impressive hat-trick, really. And then Liverpool also won away from home against London City by 2-0. But we'll go through both sides here, and it will start with the Brighton side. It is Sophie Bagley in goal, who's joined in the summer from Manchester United, a back 4 right back. We're going to have Emma Kohlberg at left back, Poppy Patterson, and then 2 centre backs of Maria Forrester-Tear and Guro Bergsvand. 4 across the midfield. On the right is going to be Katie Robinson. On the left is going to be Vitriki Sari, and 2 central midfielders of Vicky Lasada and Tatiana Pinto. And just behind the striker, we're going to have Julia Olm, and up front leading the line, their main goal scorer, and that is Elizabeth Turland, who's got 9 goals in 13 WSL appearances. She is the one who is carrying this Brighton team through this season. For Liverpool, it is Rachel Laws in goal, back 3 of Gemma Bonner, Niamh Fahey and Grace Fisk. 5 across the midfield with 2 wing-backs of Emma Koivisto, and on the left-hand side it's going to be Jasmine Matthews. 3 in the midfield of Marie Herbinga, Huka Nagano and Kerry Holland, and then 2 up front of Melissa Lawley and Sophie Roman Hogg, who signed in the summer from Roma, and she scored 8 goals last season in all competitions for the Italian side, where she won the Women's Serie A last season. So it's just the one change for Brighton from their last league performance, which was a 2-0 defeat away at Manchester United, where South Korean striker Lee Goom-min has been dropped out of the side. And for Liverpool, it's 2 changes from their draw last week at home to Tottenham, with Missy Bo-Kearns, the midfielder, dropping to the bench, and so did Shanice van de Sanden. So we're about to get underway here at Broadfield Stadium, and there is current interim head coach Mikey Harris, 39 years of age, currently taking charge while Brighton search for their new head coach after getting rid of Melissa Phillips, who was appointed in April last year, so only lasted around 10 months at Brighton before she could no longer take the team forward. And it's actually a change of referee. I think it's Amy Fern in charge instead, not Phoebe Cross. We've had a change of referees from when I found out who was refereeing the game. But it'll be Liverpool to kick us off, kicking left to right. Brighton right to left here. Both teams in home strips for this lunchtime kickoff in the WSL. And as the referee blows the whistle, all sets of players do take the knee before kickoff. And once we get the referee's whistle, which we've got now, when we'll get underway with Liverpool going all the way back to their goalkeeper, Rachel Laws, who will kick it forward all the way into the Brighton halfway. It's been flicked on in behind. It'll be chased down here and it has to be cleared by Bergsvand for Brighton for a corner. Being chased down there by, I believe that was Liverpool's Roman Hogg. Already early pressure on the Brighton side there. Just a ball kicked forward from the goalkeeper and a simple flick on there. Very dangerous start for Liverpool, who would love an early lead. This would be a really early lead to take, as it's a left-footed in-swinger into the centre of the box. The header's been won and it's been caught by Brighton goalkeeper Sophie Bagley. Unfortunate effort there. It was a good cross in with the left foot of Herbinger for Liverpool. And the header was won there by, I don't think Fisk got there, the centre-back. I think it was another Liverpool player. As Brighton played on the left-hand side here. And it's fell to their number 7 of Sarri on the left-hand side, running beyond the Liverpool players and putting a good cross in. It goes all the way through to the back post, where it'll be kept alive here for Brighton, and the ball's been put in the box, drops to the edge of the area here, where a strike's been taken on there by Patterson. It's been blocked and it'll roll out for a Brighton throw-in on the near side, right next to the corner flag. An early attempt there for Poppy Patterson, who's yet to score this season for Brighton, the 23-year-old. And she'll take the throw-in here, gets it back, and then plays it to Sarri, whose touch is heavy, last touch off the Brighton player, and it'll be a throw in there for Liverpool. Couldn't quite keep it in play there for Tricky Sarri, signed 2 seasons ago now from Birmingham, and is yet to score this season in the WSL. She does have 3 in the cup competitions, 1 in the League Cup against Aston Villa and 2 in the FA Cup. But it's Brighton back in possession with their number 5 of Guro Bergsvand, who's just got the 1 goal this season. The last time we commentated on Brighton, it was a late goal against Manchester United, which we thought was the winner, but unfortunately Manchester United came back and equalised very late on. And is with the Brighton goalkeeper of Bagley. Plays a pass forward here and it's out to the left centre-back. And then forward here to the halfway line. It's a half-decent turn there by Turland, but she can't get around Niamh Fahey, the Liverpool captain. It'll be a free kick for Liverpool on halfway. Unfortunate there by Elizabeth Turland, attempting the turn on Niamh Fahey, a very experienced captain for Liverpool. She's 36 years old now, over 100 appearances for Ireland. Just making her 5th WSL appearance of the season, but she's had 3 starts in the last 3 games now, including 2 in the last 2 against Spurs and Arsenal. As Laws, the goalkeeper, sends it long. It's flicked on down the left-hand side, where it's headed inside, looking towards the Liverpool number 18 there of Holland. Can't quite get on the end of it, but it does drop here for Matthews for Liverpool, the left wing-back. She wants to cross it, and it's deflected there off Brighton number 16 of Emma Kullberg. It'll be a Liverpool thrown in the final third on the far side, where there's got a couple options here of Holland and Herbinger. She throws it here towards Holland, comes off the Liverpool player and then cleared away for Brighton up to the halfway line. No one there to control it for Brighton. It's gone all the way through for Liverpool with their number 23 of Gemma Bonner, who's at a second spell at Liverpool. The English centre-back, who spent 6 years at the club before joining Manchester City, and then left City to go to America to play for Racing Louisville, and then returning to Liverpool back in December 2022. She is the all-time leading appearance maker for the Liverpool women's side, Gemma Bonner, who will stride with the ball here up towards the halfway line, plays a pass forward and then hooked out to the right-hand side here. Good play from Liverpool. It's with Koivisto, the right wing-back. It's now back with Bonner. Long ball forward in towards the 18-yard box, dealt with on the edge of the area by Brighton. They need to clear it. They do hurry the ball away here, out to the left to Sarri. It's kicked away from her through her legs and out for a Brighton throw in there, just inside their own half. Going to be taken by their number 3 of Poppy Patterson, who joined last season after being released by Everton. And joining Brighton down in the south. As Bagley plays it to the edge of their box. It's risky, but it works. Pinto can play it out to the right here to Bergsvand. It's a lifted ball down the right-hand side. Turlin can't win the ball. Ahead of Farhay. And it's back in Liverpool possession as we're around 5 minutes in. We've not had too many shots on goal, if any. We had a header towards goal, in fact. But that's about it so far. And that came for Liverpool. So Brighton yet to test Rachel Laws in the Liverpool goal. It's played out to the right-hand side here. And then it's cut out by Brighton's Patterson, as it was an attempted ball there by Koivisto, who quickly throws it down the right-hand side here towards Lawley. Loses out to Forrest Atier, and it can be cleared behind by Bergsvand for, I don't know if that's a corner or a throw-in. Can't quite see what they've indicated for here. But it's Liverpool who are currently starting the better out of the two sides. There's Liverpool. Have lost 2 of the last 3 in the WSL. Their last win coming back on the 17th of December to Manchester United. Cross goes in again. It's a bit deeper towards the far post. It's another header that's been won and it's been put wide. Trying to head it back across goal there. I believe that was Fisk this time with the header for Liverpool. The English centre-back who's featured in every game so far this season for Liverpool. It's another good ball in there by Herbinger for Liverpool, and then the header was actually won by the number 10 of Roman Hogg, as it does seem like Kerry Holland just took a little bit of a knock there in the box as the corner went in. But that's 2 corners where Liverpool have won the headers towards goal, one on target and one off. Not the best of headers. The one that was on target was pretty comfortable save really, but definitely set pieces is something they're going to look to exploit, and that's something that the Liverpool manager said before the game, Matt Baird, that they were going to look to try and exploit the corners that they win in the game. And they've done well with the first 2 they've won in the opening 7 minutes. As it is Brighton on the ball with their goalkeeper here, Sophie Bagley. Lifted ball forward to Turlin. She's got Farhay on her back. She plays it backwards, but it's straight to a Liverpool player. Another great place to give the ball away there, Turlin, as they play it out towards the right-hand side. Koivisto will keep the ball in here towards the corner flag. One-on-one with Patterson. Plays it back here on the angle to Bonner, who will work across into the box on the penalty spot. Header won by a Brighton player, and away it goes towards Turland, but she was pulling back there, the Liverpool midfielder of Nagano, and it will actually be a free kick for Liverpool. Yeah, the ball was going loose there, and Turland just a slight little pull on the shirt there of Huka Nagano, the Japanese central midfielder. I think that was a little bit of a weak one really. It wasn't much of a pull on the shirt, if we're going to be honest there. It was a very light pull, if any contact was even there. But it's not a great wall here set up by the goalkeeper. There's a big space around the right side of the wall, so if a right foot can curl it around, this could be 1-0 here for Liverpool. The shot's taken, she tries to curl it around the wall there, Herbinger, but it is blocked just on the last player on that wall, and it can be cleared away by Lasada for Brighton. Only as far here as Holland, who can turn away from Sari and play inside here to Nagano. Plays it back out to the right here to Lawley, whose cross goes into the box towards Farhay. Poor touch cleared by Brighton. Sari to Lasado, who's knocked over there outside the area. Ball, the play continues as Brighton still try to clear here with Sari tackled there by Bonner, and he'll go out for a Brighton throw-in. I think we're going to get a stop here. I think Lasada stayed down there for Brighton. The captain today, joined in the summer from Roma. He's featured in every game as well for Brighton this season. Spent three separate stints at Barcelona. Vicky Lasada also spent 2 years at Manchester City as well in the WSL. As we're back underway, and Sari plays a beautiful ball over the top here for Turlin. Can't quite beat Fisk to it on the edge of the box, and she just kicks it out of play for a throw-in in the final third, taking no risks there. Grace Fisk, who was brought in the summer from West Ham United, has played for England's under-21s. Grace Fisk, currently at the age of 26 now. And it is Patterson with the throw-in here for Brighton, as we are just under 10 minutes in here. Patterson gets the ball back from the throw-in that stayed in. No, it hasn't. She just ran out of pitch there on the near side, right next to the corner flag. So it will be a throw-in for Liverpool. So Brighton can still push up the field here and try to win the ball back in the final third. As they try and play out here, Liverpool with their number 14 of Herbinger. Nothing given against her as she loses the ball here. And it's Patterson inside to Sari, gets the return. Patterson crosses, it's a deeper one. It goes all the way through, it's missed by Laws. It'll be picked up here by Robinson on the far side. She's got options inside, but she's going to run at the Liverpool defence. Robinson tries the cross, it's well blocked there for Liverpool, and it's a corner kick on the far side for Brighton. Well won there by Katie Robinson, who's making a 60th appearance for Brighton today. This is a 20th appearance of the season, no competitions again. Another Brighton player who's featured in all games this season so far. But it's a very good ball that from Patterson towards the far post. Just no one there to really attack it properly there for Brighton until it reached the far post where Katie Robinson was able to win a corner. And from the resulting corner, can they make it count here, Brighton? They float it towards the far post, comes off a Liverpool player and then eventually cleared, and it'll be chased down here by Liverpool's 18 of Holland. Can't quite get there. It's now Patterson who's got Holland on her back, but she plays it now to Olm for Brighton. Then inside on the halfway line, it's now with their number 16 of Emma Kuhlberg, who did score a hat-trick in that FA Cup win at Wolves last week. All 3 goals coming from the 88th minute onwards to win the game for Brighton. Their one and only win under their interim head coach at the moment, Mikey Harris. As the goalkeeper Bagley sends it forward, it's come off Bonner for Liverpool. Nagano for Liverpool. They lose out in the midfield. Turlin brings it away, striding towards goal, and she takes the shot on early. And I think she clips the outside of the post. And that's the first big opportunity for Brighton. Just losing it in the midfield there, Herbinger. And she couldn't be helped out by captain Fahey, who was taken on there by Turland. And as she struck early, around 25 yards out, aiming it towards the bottom left corner, it just clips to the outside of the post and it goes wide. Probably the best opportunity of the game so far, and it fell to Brighton. We've had 2 Liverpool half chances from corners, but that's the closest we've come to the opening goal of the game. Elizabeth Turland looking to hit double figures for this season. She's already on 9 in the WSL and 11 in all competitions. Not scored in the last 4 games though. In all competitions, Elizabeth Turland. As we're back in Brighton possession here. In their defensive third, they've gone back to the goalkeeper of Bagley. Taking the time, not being pressed by any Liverpool players at the moment. Goes back out to the right to Bergsvand. Lasada back to Bagley, then across here to Thorstadter. Again, it's risky play for Brighton, but it looks fantastic when it comes off, and it has this time as Thorstadter continues to dribble the ball forward. Plays it to her right to Lasada. Now back with the goalkeeper Bagley again in the 18-yard box. Ball forward here towards Pinto. It's a short ball looking for Lasada. Brought one back by Holland, and then she's brought down there by the captain for Brighton. And it's a free kick for Liverpool just on the edge of the centre circle in the Brighton half. You can see why possibly Brighton are where they are, because their style of play is, playing on the edge really. If one pass is misplaced or one is misdirected, it can lead to a really good chance for the opposition. As it's Liverpool on the ball down the left-hand side. Can it be kept in? I believe it can. As play will continue, they'll cross it from the left-hand side to the far post. Brought down by Kovisto. Can't quite find Herbinger in the box there. And it's cleared by Brighton. Only as far as Bonner on the halfway line here for Liverpool. Fahey forward to Nagano. It's now back with Fahey again on the halfway line. Left-footed ball down the left-hand side. Can they find Roman Hogg? They can, and she'll cross it into the box, but I think she was offside as the ball was played from the back, and the flag is up, and it is Sophie Roman Hogg who's been caught in an offside position there. Was part of the Norwegian World Cup squad. Roman Hogg, who I believe was onside, I think, when the ball was played. Pretty poor decision that. I think she was quite the way onside there. But she did score in that World Cup, scored a hat-trick, in fact, against the Philippines for Norway Liverpool's number 10. As Bagley goes long for Brighton up towards the centre circle, one back by Fahey, and now it's with Bonner. Across to Fahey again, finds Bonner at right centre back, being closed down here by Sarri, goes out to the right here to Koivisto. Good ball down the right hand side here to find Lawley. Running 1-on-1 with Forrester Tier, takes it on a right foot and crosses to the far post. It's a good ball in and it goes all the way through, and it is kept in and recycled in the box. Herbinger with the volley, and it's blocked on the line and cleared. It'll come back forward for Liverpool with Fisk out to the left here to Nagano. Liverpool's top goal scorer, Herbinger, coming close there. He's blocked by a Brighton defender towards the goal line. But it's a good start for both sides, both showing the intent to score a goal. There's Laws, the Liverpool goalkeeper, sends it out to the left, headed away by Brighton, as far as Nagano for Liverpool, who sends it back out to the far side here for Matthews, and then back to the halfway line here to Grace Fisk, who hasn't scored since March 2022. Grace Fisk, when she was at West Ham against Manchester United in a 1-1 draw. There's Laws again, sends it long out to the left-hand side, header away for Brighton by Kuhlberg. It's now back in the centre-back position here with Forrester Tier for Brighton, midway inside their own half. Who's just taking her time with the pass. She's going to go long here. Not really directed to a blue and white shirt, really. It was an easy touchdown in the end for Fisk to just bring it down calmly with no one really around her. And it's back in Liverpool possession in their 18-yard box. And they're going to try and play out with the left-hand side here with Fisk. And then back to the goalkeeper. As it is with Rachel Laws. Sends it out towards the Liverpool left again. Header won there by Bergsvand. It's allowed to bounce in the midfield, and it can be dealt with there by Forrester Tier in the end for Brighton. It's out to the left on the halfway line here to Sarri, who's going to run forward here, running at Koivisto. Entering the final third, she's got the overlap of Patterson, and she'll play it to the left back who's got forward. She'll cross the ball first time to the far post, miscues it, and the ball goes out of play for a goal kick. Couldn't quite find Katie Robinson then there, who was making the run at the far post for Brighton. That seems to be where they're having most of their positive play so far, Brighton, down their left-hand side with Poppy Patterson and Vitriki Sari. Well, that was a close attempt there for Liverpool. Strike towards goal, which was blocked in the end. But they'll lose possession in, or they'll keep it just about, with Holland back to Fahey, quickly switching it out to the right towards Koivisto, who will keep it in the Liverpool half, and goes back to the edge of the 18-yard box here with Gemma Bonner, two-time WSL winner with Liverpool, where they had their success in the women's game. It came 10 years ago now. They won the WSL title twice in 2013 and 2014, and Gemma Bonner was a part of that. She plays down the right-hand side to Koivisto. Touch isn't great, but she's brought down from behind there by Sarri. And about 10 yards inside the Brighton half. It will be a Liverpool free kick. Won there by their number 2, Emma Koivisto, who was once of Brighton. Spent a year at the club, 18 months at the club, making 35 appearances. The Finnish right wing back. But she's now been at Liverpool for 2 seasons, and this is a 43rd appearance for the away side. So back underway. Ball inside by Bonner. Nagano forced to go back here to Fahey. It's a bouncing ball. It'll drop to the ground and she'll play it down the right flank here for Bonner. Inside now to Herbinger. Her pass is looped into the air off Lasada, and it'll be a throw-in for Liverpool in the Brighton half. Trying to link up with the play there quickly. Marie Herbinger joined in the summer from Zurich after winning 2 Swiss titles and 2 Swiss Cups in her 18 months at the club. It's now in the centre circle with Niamh Fahey. Out to the left to Fisk. Got Matthews forward for in the wing-back position, and she finds her. Plays a ball inside here to Roman Hogg. Then back to Fisk on halfway. Seems like Liverpool just like to get everyone touches of the ball while they're attacking. Trying to get everyone as involved as possible, as the goalkeeper Laws sends it down the Liverpool right. It's a high ball. It's a header won by Lasada. Controlled here by Pinto, but then tackled well by Nagano. It's now Koivisto making a run down the right. Couldn't quite be found there by Lawley, as it's tackled away by Pinto. It's now Koivisto again. Touched into Lawley. Ball inside. It's a good turn by Herbinger. Playing it down the right here towards Lawley, who can keep the ball in, and a cross is deflected behind by Patterson, and that could be another corner here for Liverpool. The two they've had already, they have won the original header. I thought Melissa Lawley had just overran that on this near side, but the assistant referee on this near side believed that it was kept in and the cross was blocked, and the Liverpool corner has been given. Left-footed in swinger again by Herbinger, all the way through into the 6-yard box, volleyed away there for Brighton. Still alive for Liverpool on the edge of the box, but it's been taken away from them here by Sarri for Brighton. They try ball over the top towards Robinson, but it's really well dealt with there by Koivisto. And it's now back with Liverpool in the defensive third, down the left-hand side here. Being pressed here by Brighton aggressively. Can they beat the press? They play ball inside to Nagano, who then goes back to Fisk, who's completely on her own, and that's well dealt with there by Liverpool. Seems like that very calm figure in the midfield, Huka Nagano, the Japanese central midfielder, who was also in the Japanese World Cup squad in the summer last year, only at the age of 24. Did Liverpool try and play out from the back? That's a bit too of an aggressive foul there for Brighton with Pinto. And it's already got restarted for Liverpool. They're not wanting to mess around here as Rachel Laws plays out to the right. Koivisto keeps it in, touches it inside away from Sarri, and then allows Herbinger to take over, and then goes back to Bonner at the back for Liverpool, across to the edge of the 18-yard box to Laws, the goalkeeper. And to her left there to Fisk. He'll drive forward away from Robinson, turns on the Brighton number 22, and then finds Nagano in the midfield. Forward here for Holland, and then back to the edge of the box to Liverpool's goalkeeper again, Rachel Laws. Bonner, 1-2 with Koivisto. And now the centre-back plays it out to the right-hand side into a lot of space here where it can't quite be met there by Lawley. It was dealt with by by Bergsvan, sorry, but the touch was too heavy. Liverpool throwing towards the final third here for Liverpool. It'll be taken by Emma Koivisto. It was a good ball down that channel there by Bonner to get it into the space, but Bergsvan dealt with it well as Koivisto is tackled there by Sarri, nutmegs the ball through to Lasada, who's got Herbinger on her back. She can play it through towards Sarri, who is dispossessed here by Herbinger. 1-2 here, and then out to the right to Koivisto, just outside the box. She can work across in, it's volleyed away. Up towards Turland, where she loses that to Fahe, who goes down under a challenge. Nothing given, and Brighton can clear up to the halfway line, where it will be retreated for Liverpool with Bonner. Across to Nagano, the central midfielder, in the centre circle. Then out to the left to Fisk. Takes on one Brighton player, and then plays it through for a teammate as she chases it down there. Holland couldn't quite beat Bergsvan to it. Throwing for Liverpool. Good defending again there. Good covering defending by Giro Bergsvan. He did spend 3 years playing US college soccer at California Golden Bears. That's a theme of a lot of these women players. A lot of them spend at least a couple years in America, as from the throwing Liverpool have worked across, but it's gone straight out of play for a goal kick. But that is something I've noticed when you look into these players. A lot of them spend time in the USA. Some of them stay, and a lot of them do come back to England or go out into Europe. But it's a big way of progressing in the game for the female players, going out to America and playing the college football that they have over there. As it's Brighton on the ball with their goalkeeper Bagley, loads of time on the ball here. She's not being pressed by a shirt in red. She's still got the ball, just standing, still with it, and eventually playing it forward. It's a long ball towards the halfway line. Touched down by Fahe. Straight to Olm for Brighton, who sends it over the top. Can't quite find Robinson, dealt with by Fisk. Back to the goalkeeper Laws, who clears it first time, up towards the halfway line. Good header won by Lasada, all as far as Nagano. All as far as Thorstetier for Brighton. Heads it out to the right to Kuhlberg. Into the midfield for Lasada. Now back into Thorstetier. Then out to the left back Patterson. Forward, great flick there by Pinto. 1-2 there with Lasada. Pinto to the left here to Sarri. Good football here from Brighton. She'll drive inside here, Sarri, and then the overlap of Patterson's available. She'll cross it herself with her right foot, volleyed by Fahe. out towards Pinto, who beats Nagano to it. And then she tackles Olm there. Nagano, and the deflected ball goes through to Bergsvand on halfway for Brighton. Out to the left there towards Lasada. Keeps it away from Lawley. Now Lasada again, peeling out to the Brighton left. She's got Pinto into the space. She plays it right in front of her, so she can latch onto it here towards the byline. Keeps the ball in, crosses well, but it's caught even better there by Rachel Laws in the Liverpool goal. But it's clear to see that both sides can play football. That their styles are really nice to watch. And as I mentioned before, it's probably why Brighton have conceded so many goals. They play such risky football, but when it comes off, it can really open up the spaces. But for Liverpool, with their away record in the WSL, they've always scored 7 goals away from home. And in 5 of their 6 games away from home, Liverpool have always scored 1 goal. So they're just not scoring enough away from home, winning twice, which have come to Arsenal 1-0, and then the only game away from home where they've scored more than 1 was away at United, where they won 2-1 in December. So just lacking goals, really, on the whole. Liverpool just only scored 17 in the entirety of this season in 13 games. It's not good enough, really, even though it's been okay for them, because defensively they've been able to shut teams out and keep clean sheets. But away from home, they have only kept 1 clean sheet, and that was to Arsenal in their first game of the season. So there's definitely lots of elements to improve for Liverpool, which is probably a positive for the manager Matt Baird. If they can be in 5th place with improvement, with improvements that can be made, then next season they will hope to try and push for maybe those Champions League spots, or maybe try and get into the top 4. As we have had a collision of heads here between Koivisto and Patterson. Emma Koivisto is back on her feet for Liverpool. She's going to be seen by the medic for Liverpool, but it is Poppy Patterson, the Brighton left back, who's come out worst out of the 2. So this is a chance for both sides to get some fluids on board and get some tactical information from the coaches of both sides. But it's been a thoroughly enjoyable first 27 minutes so far. Both teams have tried to play football. We've had Brighton hit the post from around 25 yards out for Elizabeth Turland, their main striker, who's looking for a 20th Brighton goal in her 40th appearance for the club. So Elizabeth Turland does average around a goal every 2 games for Brighton. She's an unbelievable striker. She made a professional debut in the Norwegian League at the age of 15 for SC Klepp. So she's been around already for quite a while at the age of 22 in the professional women's game. Hopefully Poppy Patterson will be okay, because she's been one of the main attackers for Brighton in this first half. She's been getting forward a lot from left back. She's making her 6th start in a row in the WSL. Poppy Patterson spent 2 years at Everton before joining Brighton last season. But the last time these 2 teams met here at Brighton at Broadfield Stadium, it was a 3-3 draw. Brighton were 3-1 up as well, but Liverpool pulled it back to 3-3 with late goals from Van de Sanden and Furness. So it does look like Patterson will be okay to continue. She's back on her feet walking off the field, and Koivisto is the same for Liverpool, as we just had a clash of heads there on the edge of the Brighton 18-yard box. And there is interim head coach Mikey Harris, who is a UEFA Pro licensed coach, works with the academy at Brighton on the men's side of the game for the under-18s and under-21s. We know how good that Brighton coaches have been in the last couple of years, the likes of Graham Potter and now with De Zerbi as well. And that will obviously rub on the other Brighton coaches, the style of plays that their managers do try and put on show when they're managing their sides. Back underway here, it's Brighton on the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box. Goes back into the area here with Forrester Tier, forward to Julia Olm, who can turn and look forward and play out to the right into the path of Bergsvand. Midway side her own half here on the far side. Back inside to the number 10 of Julia Olm, who's making a 10th start in the league. This lunchtime kickoff. There's Patterson back on the pitch, and she tries to go beyond Koivisto, but he's dispossessed. Nagano forward here to Lawley. And then back into the Liverpool half here with Bonner. Then back to Fahe, who then goes across into the 18-yard box to goalkeeper Laws, being closed down here by Turland. Plays a pass forward here to Herbinger. Then out to the right-hand side into Farhay towards the byline. She just about keeps it in here. Clears it down the line, deflects off Pinto for Brighton. And has that gone for a goal kick or a throw-in? I believe it's a throw-in. Good pressing there by Tatiana Pinto, signed in the summer from Levante in Spain. She's made well over 100 appearances for Portugal. Her national side, played every minute as well in the World Cup in 2023, the 29-year-old. Half an hour in, still goalless here, as Herbinger and Koivisto can't quite work the ball away from the throw-in in the corner flag, so concedes a throw-in themselves there, Liverpool, deep inside their own half. And the throw-in will be taken here by Patterson. Got Sarri in support, Olm as well in the box, and she looks for Olm, who flicks it into the area, but no one's there near Farhay, who can clear it on her own for Liverpool, up to the halfway line here, and Brighton is forced to go back here, through the press of Roman Hogg. Bagley, forward to Thorstatier. It's now Bergsvand in the left centre-back position. Forward to Patterson. Down the line here for Sarri. Inside towards Olm, dispossessed by Nagano. Herbinger, out to the left here to Matthews. Loads of room for her on the far side. In the final third, Matthews will cross it, and it's a catch, which is quite easily made by Sophie Bagley. Not really been too involved in the game so far, Jasmine Matthews at left wing back for Liverpool, but they found her in a lot of space on the left-hand side there, but the cross wasn't up to scratch there from the 30-year-old left wing back, making just a fourth start in the WSL, 3 in a row now. That's Bagley, the goalkeeper, on the ball, forward here to Pinto, then back to Bagley, who sends it forward first time on the halfway line. Turland touches it down with a chest nicely, but then he's tackled by Herbinger, who gets the return ball from Farhay. Looks for Lawley, well intercepted there by Thorstatier. Forward by Patterson to Sarri on this near side. Got Bonner trying to tackle her, but she moves it to Patterson, then returns it to Sarri. Lasada now on this near side. Looks for Sarri, poked away from her by Bonner, and it's thrown on halfway here for Brighton. But they are only 2 points off 7th and 8th placed Aston Villa and Leicester, Brighton. So if they can get a 3 points, it can really lift them up the table. It wouldn't seem as bad as it looks on paper if they can just collect 3 points here, which is obviously easier said than done. But they are wanting a victory. They haven't had one for a while in the league, as Liverpool have won the ball back, and it's with the goalkeeper Laws, who sends it forward first time. It's a looper. It's not got much distance on it, but it is brought down there with a nice touch from Bonner. Back into Koivisto. Down the right channel here as it's headed away by Thorstatier, controlled by Lasada, taken away by Patterson for Brighton, who can just move the ball out to the left here to Sarri. Then inside here towards Pinto. Dispossessed from behind by Nagano. Lawley finds Holland, and then Nagano out to the left here to Fisk. An option really isn't on there for the left wing back of Matthews, so she'll go back to the goalkeeper in the 18-yard box. To Laws in a 6-yard box towards the goal line here. Touch isn't great, hurries a clearance out to the left, but it's a perfect one in the end, despite being rushed with the pressure from Turland. And then Nagano looks to go forward here towards Roman Hogg, but she's been dispossessed by Lasada, and is now back in the back line with Brighton as they shift it to left back. Patterson on the halfway line, lifted ball over the top. Laws comes for it and just about collects it in her area. Looks like she's going to risk it and come out of a box there, Rachel Laws, but it had the pace on the ball for her to let it come into her area, and she can catch the ball quite easily, making her 80th appearance for Liverpool tonight. Rachel Laws, who was at the club on loan from Sunderland in 2013. She was born in Newcastle, and she did win the WSL during a loan spell at Liverpool before returning in July 2020. Now at the age of 33, the 5'9" goalkeeper. Looks like it's just about to I think it's just started raining here in Crawley. It's a free kick here for Liverpool. Put in towards the edge of the box by Bonner, headed away by Thorstatier, flicked on by Pinto, drops here to Fisk, who nods it down for Herbinger. It's now back with Bonner again on the right side of the defence for Liverpool. Lifted ball down the line, cut out well by Patterson before it got to Koivisto. And it's another throw in here for Liverpool. Midway inside the Brighton half on this near side. It will be taken by Koivisto. Bit of movement there, and she throws it down the line. Finds Lawley, who's tackled strongly by Patterson. Another throw in for Liverpool right next to the corner flag. 10 minutes to go before we get the half-time whistle here. And the throw-in will be taken by Koivisto. Bonner is coming over in support at the centre-back. Don't think she'll use her. She'll throw it forward instead towards Roman Hogg, who could turn and cross. Headed into the area. Needs to be dealt with here by Brighton. In the 18-yard box, Matthews has to leave the box as she's been pressured from behind, but she plays it back to Fisk, who can recycle it into the box here. Cross goes in, headed into the sky, still alive. Ball needs to be dealt with, and it's eventually into the hands of the goalkeeper, Bagley. There's the header forward from Roman Hogg. Just didn't have the pace on it, but the lack of pace almost teed it up for a Liverpool player, but no one went for it in an attacking sense. The closest to it, I think, was Holland and Koivisto, but both of them almost watched the ball enter the hands of the goalkeeper. As Bonner, midway inside the Brighton half, lifts it forward here towards Herbinger. Can't bring it down. It's now with Lesada. Ball forward into the Liverpool half. Brought down really well there and calmly by Fisk. Again, no real pressure around her, but still to bring it down like that was really impressive as Rachel Laws from the goalkeeper kicks it long. It eventually drops to Nagano in the centre circle. Out to the left here to Jasmine Matthews. Down the line it goes here to Holland. One-on-one with Bergsvan. Onto her right foot. Can't quite cross it yet as she's tackled by Robinson and then shoved to the ground there by Bergsvan. It will be a free kick for Liverpool on the left-hand side. Perfect opportunity for a cross here. Just don't understand why she's gone in so aggressively there. Guro Bergsvan straight through the back there of Kerry Holland. And it will be a free kick for Liverpool, and it's a great opportunity for a left-footed cross. Just not sure why she's gone in like that, Bergsvan. Really unnecessary. Kerry Holland was wide, and I don't think she was looking towards goal. Just a bit of a silly free kick to give away there from the Norwegian centre-half. As we will get a right-footed cross into the box here from the left-hand side. Can Liverpool make the most of this set piece? In it goes with pace, but it's a good catch there by Bagley. Really confident goalkeeping. She wants to set a counter-attack off, and she will. Throws it quickly out to Turland. Brighton have got plenty of bodies forward. She needs to release it, and it's blocked as she passes. Really good interception from Fisk. Drops to Lesada on the halfway line. Forward to Ulm, who's got Roman Hogg on her back, so she turns back towards her own goal and finds Bergsvan. That counter-attack could have been so dangerous if Turland had just released it quicker. Just took too long, the Norwegian striker. But here's Brighton still in possession. Kuhlberg out to the right here to Lesada. Bringing the ball forward. Trying to find Katie Robinson in behind. It's a bit of a misplaced ball. Robinson will chase it. Fisk gets there first. Farhay back to Fisk. In a left centre-back position in the defensive third. Goes back to Farhay. First time left-footed clearance. Flicked on there by Herbinger. Goes through towards Roman Hogg. Loses out there in the end to Bergsvan. It's now with Bergsvan on the ball. Pass forward. Intercepted by Nagano on Pinto. But the touch out to the left towards Roman Hogg is cleared by Brighton. And it's back by Farhay to the goalkeeper, Rachel Laws. And again, Liverpool can build from the back with their experienced goalkeeper who puts height on the ball out to the left-hand side. Headed forward there by Emma Kuhlberg. And it's a throw-in their own half here for Liverpool. Well dealt with there by number 16 for Brighton. Nice Emma Kuhlberg, who signed a new contract in August 2023. Been at the club now since January 2022. After being signed from BK Häcken. Liverpool have worked it to this near side to Koivisto. Goes beyond the halfway line. Keeps the ball in here on the near side. Passes deflected off Sarri into Lawley. It's now back to Koivisto, who's got a back to the Brighton goal. So plays it back here to right centre-back of Bonner. Inside to a left here to Nagano. To a right looking towards Herbinger. It's a misplaced pass from the Japanese midfielder. And Brighton have it on halfway with Katie Robinson. She's been dispossessed. Good recovery there by Nagano. And it's Liverpool again in the Brighton half. Forward by Nagano. Into Herbinger. 25 yards out. Tries to slip a pass through. Intercepted and taken away from her there by Lesada. Sliced into the air there by Forrester Tier. Needs to be dealt with here by Brighton. Eventually volleyed by Julia Olm. Played forward though by Bonner ahead of Turland, who's cutting a frustrated figure up front for Brighton. She's not had a lot of the ball at her feet really so far, Elizabeth Turland. As Liverpool restart with their goalkeeper Laws. Out to the right here to Gemma Bonner at right centre-back, just in front of the 18-yard box here for Liverpool. Plays it forward 10 yards to Nagano. Then to the halfway line here. Good flicking behind there by Lawley. Out to the right now here to Koivisto. Forward from wing-back. Crosses miscued completely straight into the hands of Bagley on the 6-yard line. And she rolls out quickly here to Lesada. Not got many options around her. Does find Robinson on halfway on the far side. Then back into Lesada again. And across to Bergsvand. So a point for Brighton would take them up to 9th position, and then there'd be 1 point off 7th and 8th place Aston Villa and Leicester. So it can look good for Brighton in the table if they can just pick up a point or 3. As they're bringing it forward here, Turland on the edge of the box, playing it through. Chance here opening for Brighton. Pinto out to the right here. Can the cross be made by Kuhlberg? She wants to get onto a stronger left foot. Has to go back there instead then to Bergsvand. Into the midfield to Olm. Delays the pass too much. Dispossessed as she plays the ball. Nagano. Forward to Lawley. Out to the right. It goes behind Koivisto. Nothing given by the referee as he was pushed in the back. And it'll be a Brighton throw in the final third on the near side. Definitely an argument to give a free kick there, maybe. 2 hands in the back, but the referee said no. As interestingly enough, for Matt Beard, the Liverpool manager, his 100th game in charge of Liverpool in league, 100th league game in charge of Liverpool, was that 4-0 win against Brighton in November of this season. It's Patterson's tripped on the left-hand side. Free kick, about 40 yards from goal on the left side. So it's a good area for Brighton to put a cross into the box here. It's Lesada in Sarri over it. Right-footed option of Lesada, the captain, and the left-footed option here of Vitriki Sarri. High line from Liverpool, about 5 yards outside their 18-yard box. 2-player wall as well, as it'll be the left foot of Sarri. It's flicked on by Olm towards Turland, who will keep it in on the byline. Outside the box it goes now to Forrester Tier, who plays it back here to Patterson, who's gone from the left-hand side to the right, and she'll work a left-footed cross in. Not dealt with well by Fisk, but then tackled on the edge of the box there and cleared for Liverpool. Straight back through for Brighton, who can restart a possession in their own half. But play's been stopped as Turland went down for Brighton. She's already back to her feet, but the referee's concern meant that she just halted play for the moment. She's already got that right knee strapped up, Elizabeth Turland. Let's have a look, as it was dealt with there by Roman Hogg. She just caught Turland, who was going for it. It was just a clash of knees. No foul in there. Like I say, just clash of knees. And unfortunately for Turland, she was the one who just picked up a slight bit of pain, but nothing too major. She's back to her feet. No medical attention needed, so she can stay on the pitch as we've got just less than 2 minutes to go here. As the rain is really pouring now, you can tell when they do the close-ups on some of the players that it is really starting to fall in Crawley. As it is dropped on the halfway line here. It's an open ball and it's Koivisto to tackle Turland. Fisk out to the right, lifted ball. It's a beautiful ball as well. Finds Lawley. Got a run of Herbinger to her right in front of her. She goes for an early cross instead into the area. Headed away on the penalty spot there by Bergsvand. And it'll be a corner for Liverpool. Bit of a cheap one to give away because the better option for me was Herbinger on the right-hand side, but she went for an early cross instead there, Melissa Lawley. Right on the penalty spot where the header away from Bergsvand was just, I think it was more just misjudged. I don't think she meant to head it out for a corner, but couldn't quite judge the ball to go anywhere else. So right before the break, this will be a fantastic time in the game for Liverpool to edge themselves in front. As will be the left foot here of Herbinger. In it goes, 6-yard box, flicked onto the far post. And that is as close as you'll get without hitting the back of the net. It's a really good ball in there by Herbinger, right into the 6-yard box. And Roman Hogg just misses the far post. It's literally an inch away from hitting the post as a minimum of hitting the goal, of hitting the woodwork. Such a good header. Just could not direct it in between the two posts there. And that's a let-off for Brighton, who have seemed weak at corners in this game. It seems like every corner Liverpool have had, they have won the header from it. But that's the closest we've come in a Liverpool perspective. As we've got 2 minutes of added on time here at the end of the first 45. It's Brighton trying to attack. Turlin picks the ball up in the midfield. Midway side of Liverpool half. Turlin playing out to the left here to Sarri. Patterson's on the overlap. Sarri enters the box. Shoots with the left foot. Blocked. Drops to Patterson, who goes for goal, and she hits the crossbar. Out it goes on the opposite side for a throw-in. But that is so close for Poppy Patterson, who is yet to score so far this season. She scored once last campaign in the FA Cup. And this season again she's struggled for goals. It's not her primary skill, scoring the left back, but she came close there. And Brighton still attack, and they'll win a corner. Katie Robinson, her cross deflected behind for a corner on the far side. It's both teams who have really been in the game. It's been really even. I've thoroughly enjoyed this so far. In the opening 46 minutes we've played so far. If you are enjoying, you could like and subscribe if you haven't already. That'd be fantastic. I think this is going to be the left foot here of Tatiana Pinto. No, it's not Pinto, sorry. I believe it's Olm. Cross goes in anyway, near post, dealt with by Nagano, still in the 18-yard box where Lawley plays it to a left to Nagano outside the box, then ball forward towards Lawley. It's been dispossessed here for Brighton. Olm wants to shoot, works it instead across to Kullberg, out to the right to Robinson, one-on-one with Nagano, turns back on herself and then lift it into the box to Kullberg. Ball through here to Pinto, ball to the near post, well collected and handled there by Rachel Laws. And we've played the 2 minutes of added on time here at Broadfield Stadium. Good playing behind there by Kullberg to find Pinto. Tried to get the cross in, but could only reach the near post. And that will be enough for the first half here. It's Brighton 0, Liverpool 0. It's been a very even and very well balanced first half of the game here. Liverpool started the better side, winning the corner within the first minute and worrying the Brighton goal. But the biggest chance for Brighton is when they hit the post through Elizabeth Turland and midway inside the first half, and then they also hit the crossbar right at the end of the first half there through Poppy Patterson. Liverpool, their biggest chance also came right at the end of the half there. A header just wide. It was a Herbinger in-swinging corner, and it was flicked onto the far post by Sophie Roman Hogg, but her header just missed the far corner, just went past the post and wide. It was a big let-off for Brighton, who went up the other end and hit the bar themselves. It's been a very enjoyable, it's been a very open first half where both teams have been in it, but neither side have been able to open the scoring. So here at half-time at Broadfield Stadium so far, it is Brighton 0, Liverpool 0. It's been really open for me. Possession's been quite even. Liverpool have just edged it with 54% of the ball. But Brighton have yet to have a shot on target, but that's when stats can be quite deceiving if you've not watched the game, because that has included Elizabeth Turland hitting the post from 25 yards out, and also just at the end of the half there, Poppy Patterson hitting the crossbar. So it's been a really even game. Both sides have clearly shown that they can play football. That's one thing I've been really enjoying, the way they've been playing out from the back. Obviously, every now and then they've gone for a long ball forward to almost catch out the opposition press. But for the whole, on the majority, they've been playing out from the back. You know, you can see the patterns of play that they've got, and it's just been a really enjoyable half of football to watch. And we've been very unlucky not to have a goal. We've been very close for both sides to score. It's just one of those days so far where not one of the attempts have hit the back of the net. But I can only have positive words for this first half. It's been a really enjoyable encounter. between two sides in their own different ways need 3 points. Liverpool want to close the gap to United in fourth. If they win, the gap would be to 2 points on Manchester United. And for Brighton, if they can pick up an extra 2 points, they would go up all the way to seventh in the league. It just shows how close it is in the bottom half of the WSL at the moment. But so far, it's going to be a point shared at the moment. We've only had one previous draw in this fixture from the 2018-2019 season, and that came in the last time these two sides met here in November 2022, which was a 3-3 draw. At the moment, it is Liverpool on the head-to-head, who have got one more win than Brighton, and it's just a one-away win for Liverpool in this fixture. Came back in September 2018 in a 1-0 win, so they haven't won here in, almost 6 years. So it's not usually a place they come and win at Liverpool, but they've not played each other in every season for the last 5 or 6 years, because 2 seasons ago, Liverpool were in the second division. They were in the Championship, which they won. They got promoted in first position. And then for Brighton, the last time they were in the Championship was in the 2017-2018 season, when Liverpool were in the WSL. It's just one of these games where it's so finely poised. It'll be both managers going into the half-time break telling their teams that they can win it, which is what you want. You want both teams to be having the confidence to go into the second half believing they can win the game, and both sides should be going into the half believing they can go on and take the 3 points if possible. That's for sure. But I'm going to go for half-time for about 10 minutes, so I'll be back for the second half here as at Crawley's Stadium here at Broadfield. It is Brighton 0, Liverpool 0. We're back for the second half, which we're getting underway in hopefully a minute or two's time, as we had a very fascinating first half where both sides were in the game and both sides could have easily scored. Brighton hit the left post and the bar. Liverpool came ever so close as well near the end of the half with a header from around 5 yards out with Sophie Roman Hogg. But it's been Liverpool who have just edged the possession, and in fairness, it's been Brighton who have also had their fair share of the ball, and they've worked their football well. You've got to think if they can start picking up points and results under interim head coach Mikey Harris, who's been in charge since the start of the month, he might get the job till the end of the season as a minimum, maybe. But you can definitely see the way they're trying to play at the moment. But they need points, Brighton, or they will be second bottom still at the end of this game week at the moment. A point at the moment takes them into 9th position. So it does lift them up away from that second to last position in the table. As we've had a change of referee. So originally the referee for this game was meant to be Phoebe Cross. And that changed to Amy Ferns. And now Amy Ferns has now been swapped at half time. And it's now Emily Heaslip with the whistle. So we've had so many referee changes for this fixture. It's been ridiculous. But she'll get us back underway for the second half. Brighton kicking left to right. Liverpool right to left. It'll be the home side to kick us off with Elizabeth Turland. Rolls it backwards to Lasada. Smacks the ball forward towards absolutely nobody in a Brighton shirt. Straight through to the goalkeeper. And it is Liverpool on the ball with their goalkeeper, Rachel Laws. No changes as well at half-time, and that would have been expected because both sides had positive first halves as the ball forward has been controlled here by Lawley out to Matthews on the left-hand side. It's a dangerous cross towards the goal, and it's well handled there by Bagley. It had to be as well. Good running there from Jasmine Matthews to get forward into a dangerous area in the final third, and the cross was just slightly too close to the goalkeeper. As Bagley pass doesn't quite reach her intended target of Ulm. It's now with Roman Hogg. Lawley lays it off. Herbinger, shot's deflected, and it's just about saved there by Bagley. He's going towards the bottom left corner, then deflected to the right side of the goal, so Bagley had to scurry over quickly to make sure that didn't hit the back of the net. The deflection there, I believe, off Bergsvand. It's again Brighton just getting it clear this time, not taking any chances, but it does reach Turland. Dispossessed though there. Brighton's number 17 of Pinto. Now forward by Fisk for Liverpool. Out to the left. Roman Hogg will chase it and will block the Brighton clearance. And it can't stop it from reaching Robinson, whose back pass is a little risky. Cleared forward in the end there by Bergsvand. Headed forward though there by Holland for Liverpool. Controlled by Ulm. Now on the edge of the box here with Forrester here for Brighton, who's got time on the ball. Patterson at left back. Not got many options. A lot of them are marked. It's Lasada for Brighton on the edge of the box. Out to the right here to Kohlberg. Got Matthews following her and trying to get the ball off her. She can move it backwards here to Bergsvand. Down the line for Robinson. Good pressing here from Liverpool. It's back with Bergsvand again. Across to the goalkeeper Bagley, who will have to clear it first time. Up towards Pinto. It's flicked on to Turland. Dispossessed by Farhay on halfway. But then it's lost out though there by Koivisto. But she was fouled in the process and she's holding her left knee. Hopefully that's nothing serious. We know the amount of issues that we have in the women's game with knee injuries. The ball was there to be won in fairness for Turland and Koivisto in the centre circle. I think she should be okay because it wasn't the landing on a knee. It seemed like it was just a clatter of knees together. So I'm hoping it's nothing serious there for Emma Koivisto. And she can continue at right wing back for Liverpool. She had a good battle down that Liverpool right against the Brighton left of Vitriki Sarri and Poppy Patterson. She's back to her feet. Seems to be moving okay. Just having to walk that one off ever so slightly. And 3 minutes into the second half, it's been Liverpool pressing Brighton in their own half. So it has been Brighton in the possession. It's now forward here to Herbinger. In behind, can't quite get it into the Liverpool right there of Koivisto. And it's now with Losada on the edge of the box for Brighton. To the right to Bergvand. Lifted ball down the line. Header won by Fisk. And it's gone straight to a Liverpool player. Roman Hogg in behind. It's a beautiful ball. Holland tries to square it. Vital from Bergvand to get in the way of that and deflect it away for a corner. It was a good header won there by Fisk, and it was too easy for Roman Hogg to find that pass in behind. She had so much space in the final third. And then Holland was looking for the ball into the box towards Lawley. But it was well dealt with there by the Brighton defence in the end. And every corner Liverpool have had, they have seemed to be a threat. Can Brighton deal with another corner here? It's an in-swinger with the right foot. It's towards the far post. Header one for Brighton to the edge of the area where it's Holland for Liverpool. Goes back to Koivisto on the far side. Recycles the ball in the box with a ball in. Header away by Thoris de Tir. It's now with Sarri in a left-back position for Brighton. Back to Thoris de Tir. Forward to Losada in the beat in the press there, Brighton. And she can bring the ball forward here. Plays it to the right to Olm. That's a poor pass from Olm. Gives it away in her own half here to Holland. Out to the left here to Herbinger in the area. Crosses left footed and away again. Bergvand with the block. Oh, it's just a bad giveaway in the midfield there by Julia Olm. It's not even like the pass was anywhere near one of her players. It was so far away. And it allows Liverpool to continue this good start to the half. They've been pressing Brighton high. And they've been forcing them into errors and mistakes. So it'll be another right-footed in-swinger into the box here for Liverpool from the near side. In it goes. Dangerous ball. Headed on by Thoris de Tir. To the edge of the area. Headed forward by Nagano for Liverpool. Headed away by Pinto. And it looked like the break was on there. But the referee's blown for a foul anyway. And Brighton wanted to take quickly, but the referee wasn't ready. So it will be a Brighton free kick on their edge of their box. I think there was just a bit of a high boot there, I think, by Gemma Bonner. I believe. So it'll be taken here by number 5, Guro Bergvand. Back to the goalkeeper of Bagley, who clears it just about in time before Liverpool can block that one. Up towards Turland. Touch isn't great, but volleyed forward by Patterson. Cannons off the head of Koivisto, who seems to have been in the wars today. She's had a knee injury. That's a ball in the face. She's also had a head injury in the first half with Patterson. She just seems to be in the wars a little bit, Emma Koivisto, for Liverpool. The Finnish wing-back, who was formerly of Brighton for 18 months. As mentioned before, she's also made 90-plus appearances for her country. She'll be okay to continue, just needs a minute to readjust her bearings once again after getting the ball smacked in her face. So we'll get back underway. We drop ball for Brighton, midway inside their own half, with left centre-back of Maria Thoris de Tir, who joined in the summer from Manchester United, 2-time WSL winner with Chelsea. This is Bagley, poor pass given away in the box, free opportunity for Kerry Holland, who strokes it into the bottom left corner. It's an absolute gift from Brighton to Liverpool, which gives them the lead here. Kerry Holland scores his second goal of the season. They've both come against Brighton. Her last was in November in that 4-0 victory. And that goal was also scored in the second half. And once again, this goal has come after half-time. Bagley tried to play out from the back. It was such a risky ball, looking for her captain of Losada. And it was an easy entry into the box in the end for Holland, who got there ahead of the Brighton captain. And from around 16 yards out, right-footed, curled it into that bottom left corner. Beyond the goalkeeper, who's made a huge error here at the start of the second half. And so many times already we've mentioned how Brighton's play is risky and how they hadn't been punished yet. It seemed like only a matter of time until it possibly could go wrong for Brighton, and it has just there and then. And they trail by a goal to nil. It's Kerry Holland with the goal, second of the season, and they've both come against Brighton and Hove Albion. One at home and one away as well. Great finish there by Holland, bottom left corner. But Brighton want to try and get back in the game as soon as possible. Pass from Turland, intercepted by Farhay. Clearance for Liverpool, deflects out to the right towards Herbinger, but dealt with by Patterson, who's surrounded by red shirts here, and a touch goes out of play for a throw-in for Liverpool. So, goal for Liverpool, capitalising on a mistake from the Brighton goalkeeper. Really good finish there by Kerry Holland. Her 10th goal for Liverpool in her 75th appearance. She won Player of the Year last campaign. And she also signed a new contract at the start of the season. She's an important cog in that Liverpool midfield. And she was on it there to take that ball away from Brighton. And they want to try and score another. Liverpool in the final third on this near side. Ball finds Matthews back to Fisk, who's midway inside the Brighton half. Goes across to the right here to Nagano, who will lift it into the box there, and it can't be brought down by Roman Hogg. Around 8 yards out, that would have been some touch if she could have put that out of the air. But it just goes above her. As the sun emerges here in Crawley, which is nice to see. We had some miserable rain in the first half, but seems to have cleared away and the sun is out here. As Liverpool take a 1-goal lead, it puts them into a position of 22 points in the league. Just the 2 behind Manchester United in 4th position. As Brighton clear the ball forward here. Loses out there, Pinto. It's now with Matthews. Turns and runs forward. Pokes it out of play. As there wasn't really anyone on for her. And also with Liverpool do have a player down with Melissa Lawley. Formerly with the likes of Arsenal, Bristol, Birmingham and Manchester City. Closing in on 100 appearances for Liverpool. Melissa Lawley. Just caught there by Maria Forrester-Tate. Forrester-Tate went with a header and Lawley went with a right foot and she was just barged to the floor. No foul in there, just dominant defending there by Forrester-Tate, and Melissa Lawley's just slightly hobbling as she's back to her feet. As despite going 1-0 up, it does look like Liverpool are going to make a double change here. As it's back underway, midway inside the Brighton half here with Pinto. Out to the right and halfway to Robinson. Good touch in front of her to get away from Fisk, and she's pulled down by the Liverpool number 4. That is the most blatant yellow card you'll ever see. And it's a free kick for Brighton. Really good touch there from Katie Robinson. She just opened up her body there and then sprung the touch in front of her. That's such a cynical pull of the shirt by Grace Fisk. Knows exactly what she's doing there. Liverpool's number 4, former England youth international. So from the right-hand side, about 40 yards out, it is a chance for Vicky Lasada, the captain, to cross into the box here. In it goes, flicked on, header away to the edge of the box to Herbinger for Liverpool. Down the right-hand side, it goes to Lawley. She'll chase the ball down. Patterson gets there first on halfway and plays the ball forward quickly. Pass deflects off Herbinger, kept in, and then played forward to Patterson, whose touch just gets away from her. Recollected by Herbinger. It goes back into the 18-yard box to the goalkeeper, Laws, whose clearance first time goes down the Liverpool right, goes beyond everyone into the Brighton half it, and we're back in possession for Brighton at the moment. It's out to the right centre-back here of Bergsvan. Brings the ball forward, and out to the right it goes here to Robinson. Ball inside, can't find Turland, loses out to Farhay. Heavy touch from the captain and gives it to the opposite captain of Lasada. It's Brighton back on the ball on the halfway line. Across into the centre circle now. Towards the left-hand side. It's Bergsvan. On the Brighton right at the moment. Being closed down there by Roman Hogg. And being forced back to the edge of the box to goalkeeper Sophie Bagley. The 27-year-old making a huge error for the goal. As Brighton go forward. Good play here, and they feed it in behind here down the right-hand side. It will be reached by Kohlberg. Back to Robinson. Needs to work the cross in. In it goes. It's not a great cross. Volleyed away back towards Robinson, who will keep the ball in, and she plays it back here to Bergsvan. Back to Robinson. Bergsvan again. Looking for the right pass to make. Goes into her own half here to Forrester-Tate. Shifts the ball away from Lawley. And back out to the near side here to Robinson. Wants the 1-2. Her pass wasn't a good enough one. Cleared by Liverpool, and it can be rolled behind for a throw midway side the Brighton half here for the home team. And we'll get this Liverpool double change. Melissa Lawley, who just took a slight knock a couple of minutes ago, will be replaced by Liverpool's number 9 of Leanne Kiernan. This is her 6th appearance in the WSL. They've all come off the bench. She did come off the bench in their last game against Spurs as well. And then the second change, we'll see their top goal scorer, Marie Herbinger. She'll be replaced by Missy Bo Kearns, who has been at the club since the age of 8. And she signed her new contract in the start of this season. She went to Liverpool games as a kid, Missy Bo Kearns. She is Liverpool through and through. And she's going to be on here for the last half an hour of the game. So 2 changes for Liverpool, as we're going to just get another bit of a stoppage here, as Liverpool goalkeeper Rachel Laws is currently down at the moment. And we're going to get a Brighton change. Disappointing, the Greek international Vitriki Sari, who was the main cause of problems for Liverpool in the first half, hasn't quite been able to get in the game in the second half, and she's been replaced by Pauline Bremer, joined in the summer from Wolfsburg, where she scored a 119th minute winner against Arsenal in the semi-final second leg at the Emirates, and featured in the Champions League final, where unfortunately Wolfsburg did fall to a defeat to Barcelona. So she's on for the last half an hour. Pauline Bremer, German winger, spent 3 years at Manchester City as well, from 2017 to 2020. So half an hour to play. Still waiting to get back underway, with Rachel Laws receiving a little bit of treatment, the goalkeeper. It's Kuhlberg at right back with the throw, and it looks like we're going to get back underway here. Kuhlberg waiting for the right time to throw this ball. She is taking her time. You can say that. Throws it forward to the halfway line. Pinto over her head and into Turland, who beats Fahe to it. Out to the right to Robinson. Final third. Cross goes in all the way through to the far post, where it will be kept alive here by Patterson. Outside the 18-yard box, her cross is deflected, and it's a throw in the final third for Brighton on the far side. It's just that final cross for Brighton at the moment. Just not quite finding the right players, or any players at all, in the box. Patterson will win another throw-in. Her pass poked away there by Gemma Bonner for Liverpool. Throw-in taken. Put into the box as well. It's a dangerous ball all the way through. Needs to be dealt with. And Jasmine Matthews just about hooks it away for a corner. Didn't seem like anyone was taking control of that situation for Liverpool. It was Katie Robinson darting in behind the box. Good throw in there as well. It was a good turn on the edge of the area as the ball was crossed in. And it was looking for Turland. It was a really good turn there by Brighton's number 8 of Pauline Bremer, who's just come off the bench in the last 2 minutes. Lasada crosses from the corner. Header away to the far post, where Olm will chase it down and will get there ahead of Koivisto for Liverpool. But a whistle's been blown, as there is a Liverpool player down in the box. And it is the goal scorer and the current match winner, Kerry Holland, at the moment. Holding a face and a head, so it was the referee's decision, and the rightful decision, to just pause play, even though Brighton was still on the attack in the final third on that far side. Let's have a look. The ball went into the area. Header was flicked away, and couldn't really make out what happened there from that replay. Wasn't really slowed down or anything, so not quite sure what happened, but it is currently Kerry Holland down at the moment. Also, another player, as we were talking about before, she spent 3 years in America from 2017 to 2020. Kerry Holland, the Welsh international central midfielder. So she's back up on her feet. Should be okay to continue here. Referee's going to drop the ball on this far side for Patterson. Koivisto and Kiernan are over there to defend for Liverpool. The ball's been dropped. It's now with Forrester for Brighton. Wants to cross, blocked by Kiernan. Deflects over to Bergsvandu. Gets it back out to the left to Patterson. Good ball there. Can she put it in the box herself? just delays the taking of the cross, and she's been forced to go backwards here by the press of Kiernan. Forrester Tier on the halfway line to a right centre-back of Bergsvand. Been forced to go back here. Closing down is really causing Brighton some issues. The Liverpool press at the moment, that time from their number 7 of Missy Bo Kearns, who's come off the bench in the last 4 or so minutes. And Brighton have been forced back to the edge of the box here with Bagley, who's already given the ball away from playing out from the back, looking for Captain Lasada. This time she goes long to the halfway line. It's controlled by Turlin, picked up by Robinson in the central area. In the centre circle, chopped down there by Kearns. And that'll be a free kick for Brighton. And they quickly work it out to the right to Lasada. Back inside to Ulm. Ball was moving as the free kick was taken. So it's going to be a retake for Brighton. But I don't think they'll mind too much, in all honesty. Gives them a bit of time to play back to the centre-back Bergsvand. Forward, high ball, dealt with there by Fisk. Drops to the near side here to Lasada, the captain. Into her own half she goes here to Bergsvand. So with the goalkeeper Bagley on the edge of the box. First time clearance forward. It's a deep one into the Liverpool half. It's over the top of the defence, but no one's there chasing it for Brighton. All the way through to the opposite number 1. And that is Rachel Laws in the Liverpool goal. I feel like someone in a blue and white shirt's got to be chasing that ball in behind. It was a decent ball in there from the goalkeeper, who caught it nicely first time with the clearance. Laws clears it herself. Down the Liverpool left. It's flicked out to the wide area here to Matthews. Just about keeps it in. But the last touch comes off her as she's tackled there by Kuhlberg. And that's got to be a throw-in for Brighton. And it is. 25 minutes here left to play at the home of Crawley in League 2. And Brighton have worked it well from the right over to the left. Pinto to Patterson into Bremer. Into a space where she can cross it low. It goes all the way through again, and it's Fisk to clear. Out for a throw-in on the far side next to the corner flag. But how that hasn't reached anyone? It's a good ball into the space of Bremer. Low crossing, just went behind Turland. And it was Pinto who was trying to get there in behind, but she just met the ball too late. And it's a throw-in for Brighton taken here. But then they lose out in the end to Bergsvand. It's Holland, the midfielder for Liverpool. Plays it out to the left. Can't find Matthews. One back there by Kuhlberg. Ulm back to Forrester Tier. And it's Brighton on the ball again inside their own half. Been a bit more of the dominant side the last 5 minutes, Brighton, as they look for an equaliser. Bergsvand back to Bagley in the 18-yard box. Has to clear it first time. Again, good height on it. Up to the halfway line. Good chested touch there by Turland. Then tackled by Fahey. Fair one as the referee sees it. It's a bit messy here in the midfield as there's multiple bodies around the ball, and it's Fahey's clearance deflects off a Brighton player straight to Robinson into the space for Lasada. 25 yards out. Will she strike it? Plays it to a left instead to Bremer in the area. Cuts it back. Patterson crosses. It's a lifted ball straight to the goalkeeper at the near post. And it's an easy catch in the end for Rachel Laws. Such good build-up play as well to work it out to the left to Bremer. Instead of crossing, decided to play it back to Patterson, who's crossing herself, hasn't been at it at all in the opening 67 minutes of this game, as we've got a quarter of the game left. She's been getting into the right areas, Poppy Patterson, but her crossing, like I've said, just hasn't been up to scratch, really. As Rachel Laws clears it, header won there by Ulm. Always far now as Kearns loses out near the edge of the box to Forrester Tier. It's now with Brighton's goalkeeper Bagley. Not being closed down at the moment, and she hasn't really got many options to play the ball to here. So Bagley will play it out to the right, headed forward by Pinto. Won by Fahey, but straight back into the path of Pinto. He's got loads of room to run into in the Liverpool half. Needs to play the pass. It deflects back towards her, and she keeps it moving to the left here to Patterson. And the referee blows to stop the play because there's a foul there on Pinto. I feel like the advantage may have been better there. I know she's been booked, but Brighton were away on the left-hand side. It's the goal scorer, Kerry Holland, the one who's been booked. Like I say, the ball was there to be won as the first pass deflected back towards Pinto. It's just a harsh yellow for me. She gets a bit of the ball there, Holland. Maybe it's a free kick, but I think it's a bit harsh to book her. But it's a free kick given anyway for Brighton. It's not that close to goal, really. It's quite the way away. As that is Niamh Fahey's first booking of the season as well, the captain, and presuming she's been yellow carded for a few words she had to the referee there. But she's got a point. I don't think that was a free kick, to be honest. Never mind a yellow. So it's around 28 yards out here. It is far away with a 3-player wall. And if they can get this in, then this will be one real striker quality. It'll be Patton to cross it instead, headed towards goal where Laws comes for it, palms it away just about, and then goes over on the challenge. The ball goes out, I think, for a throw-in. I don't think a free kick's been given there for Liverpool. The ball went in from Patterson. It was headed forward there by Turland, and Laws went for it with Pinto. And she was able to get something to it, the goalkeeper, and eventually it was cleared by Missy Bo-Kearns. No foul on it for me. Both players went for it, and I don't even think Laws is that hurt, really. Not much contact, really. Probably just try to kill the bit of momentum, because Brighton in the last 10 minutes have definitely been the team on top, really, since Liverpool took the lead through Kerry Holland. As the two teams above Brighton on the same points, West Ham and Everton, do play each other, and they've kicked off at 0-0. So this is a real poor loss at the moment for Brighton, losing ground on the teams around them. So it looks like Liverpool will make more changes. So another Brighton throw-in on the far side. In the final third, Liverpool goalkeeper absolutely fine to continue. Patterson with the throw. There's Brighton working back to the throw-in taker. Patterson crosses, that's the better one. Header away by Fahey. Really key header from the Liverpool captain. Kept alive though here on the right-hand side with Robinson. Well, one back there by Bergsvand. Robinson inside to Kuhlberg. Looking away from goal here. Hasn't got much support. Kuhlberg tries to turn and cross, but it's kicked away from him by Fisk. And it's a throw-in next to the corner flag for Brighton on this near side. She definitely defended very solidly in this game. Grace Fisk for Liverpool. There's the throw-in taken by Kuhlberg. Down the byline, it's deflected off the Brighton player, and that should be a goal kick, and it will be. Lasada there just trying to take it down the byline, but run out of pitch, unfortunately, for Brighton. It remains 1-0 to Liverpool, and it's a frustrating one for Brighton because it's come from their own doing. Ball given away by the goalkeeper straight to Holland, who entered the box and struck towards goal and finished it. As they're going to get another change here for Liverpool, it's going to be their captain, Niamh Fahey, who is on a booking, the 36-year-old, making her just third start in the WSL, and they've both all come in a row. She will be replaced by number 17, Jenna Clark, Scottish central defender, joined in the summer from Glasgow City. And it is a club she has supported her whole life, Liverpool, so it's an honour for her to join the club. And the second change is going to be Jasmine Matthews, and she'll be replaced by Jana Daniels, Belgian forward, usually worked under Matt Beard at Bristol in the WSL before joining the Liverpool in the summer of 2021 in a second stint at the club. So we've had two changes there for Liverpool. They have used 4 of their 5. There's Brighton. So just a slight opportunity there. Lasada in behind the defence. Turland beat Clark to it, who's just off the bench, but dragged the shot well wide of the post. It was quite a tight angle in fairness, but got nowhere near the Liverpool goal. So we've got 18 minutes to go. Brighton still well within this game. They've been the better side the last 15 or so minutes, but not really worked too many glaring goal scoring opportunities. Laws, the Liverpool goalkeeper, down the right-hand side, bounces into the Brighton half and then dealt with by Pinto. Lifted ball forward towards Turland, who can't quite beat the ball to it from Bonner. But then she gets played in behind here, and she gets the ball across. It deflects through towards Robinson, who can't finish it. And it can be cleared away here for Liverpool. Lasada down the line. Oh, it's a great dummy there from Kuhlberg to take it down the right-hand side. Plays it through for Robinson towards the box. It's just overhit the pass. Out for a goal kick. Huge opportunity for Brighton. They worked it down the left really well there through Turland, with Pinto finding her in behind. As the clearance that was originally dealt with Bonner went straight back to Pinto. She put it in behind for Turland, who got it across the box really well. Fisk missed it. It went behind Robinson, and then it was dealt with in the end for Liverpool. Brighton are definitely showing that they can score a goal in this game, but it's just not quite happening for them at the moment. They're going to make another change here. They're going to make two. Katie Robinson on the right-hand side is going to be replaced by Madison Haley. And in the midfield, Tatiana Pinto, the central midfielder, will be replaced by Lee Goom Min, who's only had the one start since October, the South Korean striker. And again, she's coming off the bench. Only one goal this season, came in their very impressive away win at Manchester City earlier on in the campaign. Goal kick taken by Laws. Flicked on there by Bonner. Through towards, I think that was Leanne Kiernan. She's gone down under a challenge on the near side, so it'll be a free kick for Liverpool. As Nifahe came off for Liverpool, she gave the captain's armband to the goal scorer of Kerry Holland, the 26-year-old. And she was, as I mentioned before, she won Players Player of the Year, so she is very highly rated within her own teammates. As it is, Haley, the substitute for Brighton, that's got to be a free kick, surely. Yeah, brought down there, Madison Haley, and it'll be a free kick for the home side. Right, it'll be left for... Who's going to take this? It's going to be Guro Bergsvan to take. Right on the halfway line on this near side. 15 minutes left to play. Brighton still trailing by a 0-0. Forward it goes. Flicked out to the right-hand side towards Haley. It's going to be dealt with here by Liverpool's number 20 of Jana Daniels. Cleared out for a Brighton throw-in. Finds Haley. Back into Kohlberg. Crosses at the near post. Header away for Liverpool, but still alive in the box here. Will it drop to a player who can have a shot? Turland, back to goal. Tries to turn and shoot. She goes down in the box. Nothing given. Still alive here. Patterson on the edge of the box. Plays it through towards Bremer. Deflects back to Patterson and eventually works it to Bremer. Patterson again. Bremer. Looking for the run of Patterson again. Dealt with, though, on the Liverpool right as a player goes down and they'll win a free kick there. Just more frustrating for Brighton as it's just not quite coming together for them. I think it was Koivisto going down there for Liverpool. Bit of a shout for a penalty there as Turland was fouled from behind. Well, was tackled from behind there by Bonner. Doesn't really get much of the ball, but I think Turland goes down slightly easily. So it's a difficult one to call there, but Gemma Bonner definitely has to be careful making challenges like that in the box from behind through the player. Liverpool kick it long. Cleared by Brighton. Haley, forward. Now in behind for Turland, who's going to chase that one down. And it's dealt with, though. Really well dealt with there for Liverpool by Grace Fisk. And they can clear it with Koivisto beyond the halfway line. Header away, though, by Thoris de Teer. As the last touch comes off the Brighton player. And it's going to be a throw-in for Liverpool on that far side, right next to the halfway line. Koivisto gets the ball back from the throw-in. A pass is deflected off Turland. Another throw-in here for Liverpool as they try and see this result through. As they try and cement their 5th place in the league at the moment. Throw-in flicked on. Battling in the midfield where it's dropped to Nagano. Tries to switch, but it drops straight for Haley for Brighton. Inside their own half. It's now with Kohlberg. To the edge of the box now to Bergsvand. Going to be closed down here by Roman Hogg. But works it to the goalkeeper in the 18-yard box. Bagley taking her time. Playing it forward. Controlled well there by Lee. Brought down. Or she brings her down. Lee brought down the Liverpool player there as the touch just got away from her. She thought that she was pulled down there. Lee Goomin. Let's have a look. She tried to flick it over the head of Koivisto. And Koivisto just got in the way of her. And I just don't think... I think they just both fall over each other. I don't really think that's a foul either way. I just think they both fall over each other. But it's gone Liverpool's way. And Liverpool are going to make their final change. It is Huka Nagano, who's just an ever-present for Liverpool since joining in January of last year from North Carolina Courage. And she'll be replaced here by Danish midfielder Sophie Lundgaard, 21 years of age. Spent 4 years at Fortuna Hjørring, the team she joined from last year, to join Liverpool, where she's yet to score for the team in her previous 27 for the club. Only made 4 starts as well, so she's usually a player used off the bench, Lundgaard, as the ball goes into the area. It's a teasing ball in. It's headed away for Brighton. Bordy goes down in the box, and it is Lundgaard who's just come on. Nothing given by the referee, and Brighton can play it forward to Lasada. It's just overhit, and it can be dealt with really well there for Liverpool by Kearns. And Rachel Laws thumps this clear down the right-hand side. Patterson heads it forward, but it's straight to a Liverpool player of Koivisto. And she gets fed back through and behind there. It's a great ball by Liverpool's number 9, Kiernan. Koivisto towards the byline. Does she overhit the touch? Yes, she can. Seen behind there by Patterson. And it is a goal kick for Brighton. Unfortunate there for Koivisto. Let's have a look here. The header was won by Thoris de Teer. And Lundgaard just ran into Haley. That would have been a harsh penalty. They just ran into each other, it seemed, more than anything. Thank you to everyone who is here. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Does mean a lot. As we've got just over 10 minutes of the 90 to play here. As Bagley's got the ball in the 6-yard box, being closed down by Holland. Finds Thoris de Teer. Needs to get the ball away. She does eventually clear it. Straight forward for Haley. Good ball that in the end. Lays it off now for Olm, who sends it forward over the top. It's a ball for Turland to chase it, and it's well dealt with again. There, I think it was by number 23, Gemma Bonner, who kicked it over her head, and it came off almost, I think, the face of Turland and then away from the Brighton striker. It was a good hold-up play by Haley, then a really inviting ball by Olm to get it in behind. And like I say, on the slide tackle, Gemma Bonner just kicked it over her own head and then onto the face of Turland to fizzle out the counter-attack. Because if Turland had got in behind Gemma Bonner, she was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. As Liverpool got it on this near side. Down the left there it goes by Roman Hogg, looking for Leanne Kiernan, but can't quite keep the ball away from Thoris de Teer. So it is Brighton back in possession. They only trail by a goal, so it's still on for them to at least gain a point if possible. As Lasada's ball into the midfield is misplaced. It's gone all the way through for Liverpool's number 17, Jenna Clark. Laws clears it, the goalkeeper, looking out to the right to Koivisto. Harder play on halfway for Brighton. Brighton play out from the back in their own half. Down the left-hand side with Thoris de Teer. Looking towards her own goal here. She does go to the goalkeeper, Bagley. It's always the same way for Brighton. They very rarely go long or just play a hopeful ball. Every pass almost has a meaning to it. There's no hurried clearances a lot of the time. They try and play out from the back as much as possible. As the goalkeeper plays out to the right to Haley. Chested touch away there from Fisk, but runs out of room. Throwing for Liverpool once again. Good defending there by Fisk. It's not an easy player to deal with, Madison Haley. She's got quite a stocky build to her. It's hard to get around her. Signed from Sydney in the summer, Madison Haley won the A-League title in Australia last season, scoring 11 goals in 15. But is yet to score this season for Brighton since turning up in the summer. As Liverpool have lost the ball here, and it's now out to the left with Patterson, just beyond the half, just before the halfway line. In the centre circle she is. She's facing away her own goal, so she'll play it to Thoris de Teer. Lasada, the captain, to her right here to Bergsvand. Chops away from Holland. Good play here from Bergsvand, entering the Liverpool half. Playing it to her left now to Patterson, who's taken up a central position. Out to the left now to Olm. Bremer to her left. Finds the German winger. Here is Pauline Bremer. Lays it back out here to Olm. Edge of the area. Works away from one Liverpool player. And she'll go for the shot. It's slightly miscued and it lacked power. And it's an easy save in the end there for Rachel Laws. Just didn't catch that at all. Olm. I'm not quite sure what happened. Was it a slight bobble maybe? I'm not too sure. But it was an easy floating attempt for Rachel Laws to save in the Liverpool goal. And for all Brighton have done well in this game in terms of on the ball and keeping possession and taking the risks, they just haven't had too many clear-cut opportunities, especially second half anyway. As the goalkeeper kicks it for Liverpool, it's quite poor along the ground, and Brighton to try and play it forward again, but they've got it straight back to the Liverpool goalkeeper. Bit of a waste there for Brighton. Yeah, still searching for the equaliser here late on. Bit of a better kick this time from Laws, high in the sky, into the Brighton half. Headed forward though by Olm. Cleared by Clark for Liverpool. Headed down by Roman Hogg. Given away though by Liverpool, then won back in the midfield by Holland, keeping it away from Haley, and then back into her 18-yard box to the goalkeeper Laws, who clears it first time into the sky again, into the centre circle. Header won there really well by Forrester Tier, headed into the air though by Clark. Lundgaard keeps the ball away there from Lee, and then cleared by Holland down the Liverpool right. The ball will be chased down here by Kiernan. Loses out though to Forrester Tier. And then it's a Brighton throw-in on the on their left-hand side. Not long left in this game. Can Brighton score the equaliser? Lee lays it off to Patterson. Down the line for Bremer. Then inside to Haley, who's got a bit of room here. Plays it forward into Lee. Run of Emma Kullberg to her right. She plays it through to her. Here's Kullberg. Can't take it under control. It goes under her foot and away from her. And she tries to win it back. But she gets the ball cleared off her for a Liverpool throw-in. So unlucky there from Emma Kullberg, who scored a hat-trick last week in the FA Cup. It was her first 3 goals for Brighton. She hadn't scored in the previous 54 before that, but just needed to get the touch better. It's a little bit inexcusable, really, to not be able to control the ball in that situation when you're in need of a goal. It's Liverpool clear it long here. Really well brought down there by Forrester Tier. That's really good centre-back play. Not to, slow down the build-up. Your touch is good. You get it out your feet and you can play. And that's exactly what Brighton are going to try and do now with just 5 minutes of the 90 left to play here. So on the left-hand side to Patterson. Finding Bremer. Good ball, that. Midway inside the Brighton half. She's one-on-one with Koivisto. Bremer driving inside. Playing it to Olm. First time passing behind. It's lifted. It will find Patterson, who can work across into the box. That surely takes a deflection. And it's a Brighton corner on the far side. This is really good play here from Brighton under their interim head coach of Mikey Harris, who's working with Owen Fisher and Perry Northeast to try and see this Brighton team through for the rest of the season. Can they make the most of this set piece? They are flooding the 6-yard box. Cross goes in. Goalkeeper comes for it, misses it as well. And he goes all the way through towards the far post where Lee misses the ball. But I think it did take a nick off the keeper. I think it's gone for a corner on the opposite side this time. Really dangerous ball in. The goalkeeper came for it. And I think just got the slight nick. It was either the goalkeeper or I think it was actually Bonner instead who flicked it away with the back of her head. Whichever way it happened, Liverpool were able to clear out for another corner. So the pressure will continue to rise here. Similar tactic being used. Drowning out the 6-yard box. It goes into the near post. Can't be volleyed on. Blocked by Holland. Back out towards the corner taker of Patterson, who beats Holland to it. Enters the box. She clips it into the far post. It's a header away for Liverpool. It needs to be kept in there, and it is cleared there by Daniels. Out for a Brighton throw-in on the far side. Still inside the final third, so the pressure can continue to be made here as Haley is tackled there, and it'll be another Brighton throw-in. Tackled there by Missy Bo-Kearns. For Liverpool, this will be their 3rd away win of the season in the league. They've already beaten Arsenal and Manchester United. It would be their first league win of 2024 as well. Last season, Liverpool were nothing short of shocking away from home. They won no games away last season, Liverpool, despite finishing 7th place, drawing 5 and losing the other 6. 3 minutes to play. Ball in the air. Foul on the Liverpool player of Sophie Lundgaard on Lee Goon-min. Free kick for Liverpool midway inside their own half. It was the ball in the air and Lee Goon-min just went through the back of Lundgaard, which gave the referee little choice but to give the free kick. But the goal, which was scored in the 53rd minute, just a simple error from the goalkeeper. Tried to play it to Lasada on the edge of the box. Holland got there first, took it forward into the box and quickly got a shot off to the bottom left corner and scored. So realistically, on the whole balance of the game, this is a 0-0 match, but just one individual error has cost Brighton so far in this game. As on the halfway line, Bonner heads it forward, keeps it in as well and plays it down the line. That's really good play from Gemma Bonner. So now with Kerry Holland, 10 yards in front of the halfway line, switches it out to the left. It's a good ball here to Jana Daniels. Kearns back to the halfway line here to Fisk. Forward to Kearns again. Tries to take it on the turn to get beyond Kullberg, and she does it nicely. And the ball inside to the edge of the box has been cut out by Forrester Tier. And Brighton can try and counter-attack quickly. Ulm gets beyond one Liverpool player, but then it's absolutely punted away there from Julia Ulm as the touch was slightly heavy, invited the tackle, and Liverpool took absolutely no prisoners there. Quickly cleared the ball forward, right onto the edge of the Brighton box here. As it'll be some nervy times here for Liverpool to try and see out the 3 points here, as they haven't tasted victory in the league for almost 2 months. Well, exactly 2 months. Bremer on the right-hand side. Byline crosses in. It's dealt with. Cleared in the 6-yard box. Still alive for Brighton. Midway side, the Liverpool half of Lasada. To the left to Patterson. Ball forward, deflects back to her. That's now with Ulm. Back into the centre circle now with Forrester Tier. Minute of the 90 to play. Bergsvan peeling out to this right-hand side for Brighton. Plays a ball forward down the line. It's dummied by Kullberg. No run was being made in behind. And it goes straight through for the goalkeeper. It's not a bad idea there from Emma Kullberg. But when she dummied that, she's got to know that someone's making a run behind her. But Lee Goon-min was stuck on her toes a little bit there. And it's Liverpool now on the ball with their goalkeeper. And they'll take the time to clear it. Again, poor clearance out of the hands there from the goalkeeper. It was low, it was wide. It's gone out for a throw-in on halfway for Brighton on this near side. A couple of times she's done that in the last 5 or so minutes. Rachel Laws not being able to kick it out of her hands in a way that meant Liverpool could breathe a little bit. If anything, it's adding more pressure as Kullberg takes the throw-in, pushing the back there possibly. No, says the referee. Play continues. Brighton goes down the line. Headed forward there. Misses Lundgaard, but then cleared for Liverpool by Fisk. Daniels, great ball forward to Kearns. Trying to find a ball through. It deflects out to the left here to Roman Hogg. Then down the left it goes here to Kiernan, who will cross it. Across the box. It's got to be finished. And it's gone over the bar. In fairness, she was sliding and stretching for that one. Koivisto at the far post. Well worked down the line by Roman Hogg to find Kiernan. The cross was really good across the 6-yard box. It's such a teasing ball. And Koivisto got there, but it just bounced in front of her, which made it hard for her to control the finish. And it went over the bar in the end. 6 minutes added on. We've got just over 5 minutes of it to play. It's midway inside the Liverpool half. They go back to the halfway line here to Bergsvan. Across to Forrester Tier in the centre circle. Now out to the left. The ball will be brought forward here. Can Brighton create anything in the end of this game? Patterson on the far side, driving across the pitch here. Staying away from Koivisto. Bergsvan going to go for an early cross. Again miscued. Can't get a foot around the ball. It's as straight as an arrow. Straight into the hands of Rachel Laws. It's an easy catch for the goalkeeper. Just generated no curl on that at all. Just hit it really straight. It went towards no Brighton player in the box. So again, Rachel Laws kicking out of her hands. That one's better. It's got height on it. And it will stay in the pitch. And it's been headed on forward by Roman Hogg. Cleared for Brighton up to the halfway line to Haley, who can't quite keep it away there from Lundgaard. It's now Koivisto, the wing-back. Down the line it goes. It's a searching ball. It's looking for Liverpool's number 7 of Kearns, who won't beat Patterson to it. And she goes back to Bagley. Good defending there from Patterson. As Kearns would have been on her own there down the right-hand side. 4 minutes to play. Liverpool just about holding on. Brighton have had a lot of possession this second half, but have not made many clear-cut opportunities at goal. Ball out to the right. Really good ball as well to Bremer. Drives inside. On the edge of the box, plays it across to Ulm, touches heavy and tries to poke it out towards the right-hand side. But as she played the ball, she was caught by Holland and she's been sent off. Second yellow card for the goal scorer and the current match winner and captain, Kerry Holland. She's took the armband off Niamh Fahey since she departed with half an hour to play. And Julia Ulm just took a heavy touch. And she had to hurry forward to try and keep it away from Holland. And unfortunately for the Liverpool skipper, the Brighton player got there first, kicked the ball away. And Holland got there late, caught her with the studs. And if you're going to be honest with the replay, it probably is a second yellow, which it is for Kerry Holland on her 75th appearance for the club, where she scored her 10th goal. She's been sent off with 3 minutes to play, just catching Julia Olm late there in the midfield. And you can't really disagree with the fact that it's a second yellow. So Liverpool have got to defend with 10 from the free kick. Patterson shoots towards goal, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. Nowhere near the corners. And again, it's an easy save for Rachel Laws. It's around 25 yards out on the angle for a left footer. It's just got to go in towards the corner more. Work the goalkeeper. She hasn't at all there. And with 2 minutes to play, Rachel Laws kicks the ball out to the Liverpool left, headed on by Daniels, and towards Leanne Kiernan, who's charging down the left-hand side, in towards the 18-yard box. Last touch comes off the Brighton player, and it will be a corner. Really well won there by Leanne Kiernan. Down that left-hand side, she was running out of pitch, really, so to force the touch off a Brighton defender. It's really good forward play from the Irish striker, who played 3 seasons under Matt Beard at West Ham before joining with Matt Beard from West Ham to come to Liverpool. So it's on the near side. It's going to be Liverpool corner. I think they're going to take this short and try and guard it in that corner with Missy Bo-Kearns and Roman Hogg. They're trying to see this one in the corner. They've kept it in at the moment. And the last touch surely comes off Roman Hogg. No, it doesn't. Last touch off the kick from Nikki Lasada, the captain. Vicky Lasada, the captain. And it'll be a Liverpool throw-in. Again, right next to that corner flag as they're seeing down the seconds to a vital 3 points. Throw-in taken. Kearns in the corner, tries the back heel, loses it to Haley. Cleared quickly for Brighton. Nowhere near a Brighton player, though, put back forward by Clark. Headed away by Thoristete. Only as far as Koivisto in the corner of the box on the right-hand side. Plays it out towards the corner flag here to Kiernan, who gets the last touch there off Patterson. Throw-in for Liverpool. Throw-in indicated there by the assistant referee on the far side, Callum Park. And we're 10 seconds away from the 6 added on to be played. I don't think there'll be enough time really here for Brighton to win the ball back and get it forward into a dangerous area. Throwing goes right to the corner flag. They're shielding it in there. Last touch off another Brighton player. This is really good play from Liverpool to kill the clock. So another throw-in. It's now down to the referee when the whistle will be blown. Thrown into the corner flag again. Roman Hogg trying to guard it in there. Another touch off Brighton last, and it's another throw-in. This is how you kill the clock. Throw into the corner flag again. Roman Hogg goes down. It's all a bit messy. Last touch off a Liverpool player this time, and Brighton just needs to throw this ball as far as they can. Patterson will do just that. Throws it down the line, headed on there by the Liverpool player of Leanne Kiernan. And it'll be a throw-in about 15 yards away from the halfway line for Brighton, so they've still got some distance to make up to try and get it into the Liverpool box. We've played a minute extra of the 6 added on. Patterson on the floor. Across to Bergsvand. Midway inside the Brighton half, and that will be that. No last chance for Brighton to try and nick a point here. It was a really even game overall, but one mistake cost Brighton the whole game, and it's given Liverpool a vital 3 points as they win their first WSL game of the year. They had not picked up a win in their previous 3 in the league, but now they're back into winning ways. But after such a evenly balanced match here, it's been a really enjoyable one. It's just the one mistake which has caused Brighton the game. It was 8 minutes into the first half. Like always, Brighton were attempting to play out from the back, but that time they took it too far. The goalkeeper, Sophie Bagley, played it straight into Kerry Holland, who was there in front of the Brighton captain of Vicky Lasada. And Kerry Holland entered the box and quickly got the shot away with her right foot. placed it into the bottom left corner and gave Liverpool a lead, which they defended till the end, but that wasn't the end of Kerry Holland's antics in this game. She was also sent off with 3 minutes to play, picking up a second yellow card and added on time. So she will miss the next WSL game for Liverpool, which is next week, which is in a couple of weeks' time after the international break, away at Aston Villa. But the red card didn't deter Liverpool into defending and keeping the ball away from their own goal. The last couple of minutes was an expert way of keeping the ball in the corner and not allowing your opposition to get one final chance. And here, after a very well-balanced game at Crawley's Broadfield Stadium, it finishes here. Brighton 0, Liverpool 1. What an enjoyable game that was. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Kerry Holland with the winner and a red card in added on time for 2 bookable offences. But Brighton, with all the possession they had in the second half, they just couldn't really conjure too many huge opportunities, which was frustrating really, because from when Liverpool scored, from the 55th minute onwards, it was Brighton in control of the game in terms of possession, and it was Liverpool defending and pressing quite well, in fairness. It just didn't work out for Brighton in the 18-yard box. The opportunities, the clear-cut chances just didn't quite arise for them. And unfortunately, just through one individual error, they've thrown away a point there. Because on the balance of the game, overall, that is a 0-0 match for me. That's the fair result. But it's an individual error playing out from the back from the goalkeeper, which has cost Brighton a point. And it does mean at the end of this weekend, they will remain in 11th place. Second bottom. 6 points off the relegation zone. And at the moment, Everton and West Ham, who are the 2 places above them, on the same points, are playing against each other, and that is 0-0. So if that ends a draw, then there will be a point off the 2 places above them. It just seems like a bit of a missed opportunity there for Brighton, because Liverpool were there for the taking, but couldn't quite work those clear opportunities to take anything from the game. But for Liverpool, they closed the gap to 4th. They are now 2 points away from Manchester United in 4th, and they are 9 points off Arsenal in 3rd. So I think the aim for Liverpool and Matt Beard will be that 4th spot, which will be a fantastic finish, because at the moment, finishing in 5th is almost titling yourselves as the best of the rest. But if they can try and get into the top 4 and go beyond Manchester United, that would be a seriously impressive season. But 5th place at the moment is surpassing what they would thought would be a successful season after finishing 7th in the last campaign. They do have Aston Villa after the international break, and then Leicester in the FA Cup at home. But they've done the business here in the south of England, in Crawley, as they have been able to nick a 1-0 win in a game which should have been a draw. But that's the thing with football. Individual errors can cost matches, and here's a prime example of it. The goalkeeper this time playing out from the back, giving the ball away on the edge of the box. And in fairness, it was really well taken from Kerry Holland. The way a touch was important, because it was coming straight towards her on the edge. So if a touch wasn't on it and it was too heavy, then she would have been tackled. But the touch was just in front of her to take it into the box, and then she was able to work a shot towards goal, perfectly placed into the bottom left corner. And Kerry Holland, as mentioned before, has scored 2 goals now this season. They've both come against Brighton. The first one was in November in the 4-0 win at home, and then she's got the only goal here in the win here against Brighton at Broadfield Stadium. Thank you everyone who's here, who listened to the second half. Hope you did enjoy. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I think more people have got to get involved in the WSL, watching the games, because it's high quality games. They're enjoyable to watch, and the style of play for a lot of the teams is very good football that you can watch, especially for Brighton and Liverpool. But for Brighton more so, their football was really nice to watch, and it can cause problems and mistakes like it did for the 1 goal. But bar the 1 goal they gave away, for the rest of it, it was pretty clean the way they were playing the football. It's just that 1 bad giveaway, and it's cost them the game. But overall, I think the interim head coach there of Brighton, Mikey Harris, will be more than pleased with the performance. But at the end of the day, it's a results-based business, and Brighton need to start trying picking up more points if they can, as they stay slumped in 11th place in the table, second bottom, with 8 games left to play. Great commentary as always. Hopefully you'll do more women's games. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I'm going to try and do as many as possible. I'll try and do 1 a week now until the end of the season. So I will try and do that. I can't promise it, but I'll try and do at least one women's game a week. It is international break for the women, so I'm actually lying. I won't be doing them for a couple of weeks because it's international break. But when they're back from their international break, the next women's commentary is on the 3rd of March. It is Arsenal against Spurs, North London derby. So that's the next women's commentary after their international break that they've got coming up. So that's the next one. The next commentaries for the upcoming week, we've got Blackpool and Peterborough and Bradford against Wickham in the EFL Trophy semi-finals in the week. So if you'd rather watch some EFL action than Champions League football, then you know where to come. I just don't think the Champions League games are that exciting, so I've gone for the EFL Trophy semi-finals. Used to be called the Papa John's Trophy, but I think is now called the Bristol Rovers Motors Trophy. Don't ask, I had no idea. So we'll be doing the semi-finals of that. It's a one-legged affair, which I didn't realise. So it's a one-legged tie. So it's Blackpool against Peterborough on the Tuesday, and then Bradford against Wickham on the Wednesday. And then at the weekend, we'll be doing Chelsea against Liverpool in the League Cup final. So just 3 commentaries next week, but we've got a packed-out week for commentaries the week after, where it's FA Cup time. So we'll be covering the likes of Coventry, Maidstone, Wolves and Brighton as well in the FA Cup with Arsenal women in the WSL. So loads of commentaries coming in the next few weeks on the channel, so you've got to subscribe and turn the notifications on so you know exactly what games I'm commentating on and when I'm commentating on them as well. So it's well worth subscribing, just so you know if any game pops up that you're interested in, you can just click on and you can come straight to the live stream. But that is going to be the end of this live commentary. Hope you did enjoy. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you're back on the channel next week on Tuesday, Wednesday and Sunday for the 2 EFL Trophy semi-finals and the League Cup final between Liverpool and Chelsea. But from this game at Broadfield Stadium, it was an evenly balanced affair between Brighton and Liverpool. One mistake cost Brighton the game. The goalkeeper, Sophie Bagley, giving it straight to Kerry Holland, who entered the box and scored into the bottom left corner. She was also sent off, the goal scorer, in added on time for 2 yellow card offences, but it was not anything that affected Liverpool. They defended the additional time so well, got the ball in the corner, gave Brighton no last little chances to try and get an equaliser. And here at Broadfield Stadium, it finishes Brighton 0, Liverpool 1.